Welcome to the Daily Sarc Report, brought to you by, for now, just our sense of humor. Let's dive in. Right, today we're wading through the glorious mess of global diplomacy, domestic policy, and whatever else caught our eye, all with the necessary dose of wit.
Indeed, because honestly, the sheer volume of serious news practically begs for it. You have to laugh, or, well, you'd just cry, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. So let's kick things off on the world stage. Big news, apparently. A possible thaw, lovely term, between India and China. Our PM and President Xi actually met at the SCO Summit. First chat since 2020. What's the real scoop?
Ah, yes, the thaw. Well, they apparently spoke about peace, trade, and cooperation. You know, the usual diplomatic niceties you trot out when things are still incredibly tense.
Standard playbook.
Exactly. But the interesting bit buried under the fluff was talk about rare earth minerals. India still kind of needs China for those shiny things that make our phones work. So maybe cooperation isn't entirely optional, eh?
Huh. Funny how that works. And then the Ministry of External Affairs, the MEA, drops this gem. China is a partner, not rival. Thoughts on that piece of linguistic gymnastics?
Oh, it's a masterpiece of strategic ambiguity. It basically means we'll work with you when it suits us, like economically, but don't think for a second we've forgotten about, everything else. It's called strategic autonomy, which is diplomat speak for keeping your options open.
Partner, with an asterisk the size of the Himalayas. Got it. Okay, switching gears, let's talk planes. IndiGo got a 6-month extension for 2 Boeing 777s. Sounds dull, but it points to that ongoing geopolitical migraine, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah.
The DGCA okayed it because, surprise, Pakistan's airspace is still causing trouble for long-haul flights. So yeah, global politics literally grounding flights, or at least forcing some fancy footwork or flight path changes.
Just another day at the Office for International Travel, I guess. Now, back to the SCO Summit itself. Tianjin, over 20 leaders, big Asian get-together. Beyond the handshakes, what were the vibes?
Well, officially, it was all trade, security, connectivity, very important sounding. But honestly, the optics were huge.
The selfies.
The Modi-Xi selfies practically broke the internet. It really shows how much the visual, the perceived friendliness matters these days.
Yeah.
Maybe more than the actual agreements sometimes.
And speaking of optics, less selfie action between Modi and Pakistan's leader, I noticed.
Funny that. Almost like they weren't exactly best buddies, even when stuck in the same room. Multilateralism is great, except when bilateralism is frosty.
Hilarious. Okay, let's bring it home. Parliament did something fascinating, banned real money online gaming, but in the same breath, gave esports official recognition. Explain the logic, if there is any.
The logic. Well, it's this global dance the governments are doing, trying to figure out what's gambling versus what's a skill-based competition.
Right.
So esports gets the nod as big money, legit competition, apparently. Meanwhile, anything looking too much like betting gets the boot.
Yeah.
Because, social costs, addiction, all that messy stuff.
So one is serious sport, the other is just fun people might lose money on. Got it. Crystal clear.
Perfectly straightforward. And speaking of government moves, Amit Shah rolled out a proposed constitutional amendment, the 130th.
What's this one about? Keep it snappy.
Basically, ministers jailed for over 30 days. Automatically out. An anti-corruption thing.
Huh. Accountability. Imagine that.
A novel concept, perhaps. Says, maybe don't run the country from a jail cell. Seems reasonable.
Wild stuff. Finally, defense. Mission Sudarshan Chakra. Sounds impressive. New modernization plan aiming for 2035. What's the deal besides the cool name?
Sudarshan Chakra, the divine weapon. No pressure, right? Since it's India's big push for fancy military tech by 2035. Think AI warfare, cyber defenses, better missiles. The works.
So future-proofing the military with a mythological flair. Love it.
It's about self-reliance and making sure India can, handle itself in a world that's changing ridiculously fast, both geopolitically and technologically.
Right. And that, I think, pretty much covers the highlights of today's glorious chaos, from potentially thawing relations built on mineral needs to banning some games while cheering others. It's been a ride.
It certainly has. The sheer human comedy of it all on a global and domestic scale never fails to deliver, does it?
Never. That's all for today's Daily Sarc Report.